Hey, beautiful soul, welcome back or welcome in for a weekly reading from January 24th to 31st to take a look at the energies, potentials, what can we expect this week. If you have not already signed up, I have a super exciting workshop tomorrow, January 25th. So if you've not heard all of my announcements about it, if you've not gotten in there and you are someone who wants to take charge of your path forward in 2025, you're not going to want to miss this workshop. You can check out my website, joyfulmedium.com, and get all the details, but it is live tomorrow with me. Let's get into the energy and potentials for our week ahead. Again, January 24th through 31st. This first card is Three of Wands. There's some interesting energy this week. It's going to feel a little tumultuous. It's going to feel a little uncertain. We're going to be asked to do things that we might not feel ready for yet, but let's take a look. So this Three of Wands having to do with a choice that's been made, something we're leaving in the past, something we're moving towards. There's still options, even though if you notice, she's holding fast to this one wand and looking out over the ocean to where she needs to be. The water, if you notice, those sailboats have their sails up. The water looks like it's moving quickly. Everything that she needs to get to is off in the distance. So this indicates a big journey ahead. This indicates knowing what you have chosen, like the reality of what is, and then also being available for additional opportunities, choices, chances is the thing with it. But just knowing that to create our future, we are going to need to move forward in this direction. This next card is another three. I love having these threes together because three is about collaboration, creation, using that energy that's presented to us in the best way that we can to move us forward, even if the energy feels tough, even if we don't like it. Remember, most of our growth happens where? Outside the comfort zone. Say it with me again. My little lapel is not cooperating. I'm a sweater blazer. Okay, so Three of Pentacles has to do with, just like this picture shows, collaboration. There are three people here contributing to create this project, this work of art, right? But Pentacles has to do more with our monetary pursuits, our human earthly needs. So a couple of ways I want to read this card, depending on what is showing up for you this week. One is about knowing who's on your team, knowing who you can collaborate with and to what extent, and be seeking out trusted resources for collaboration. So maybe if you have some people that you already know are, on the level business people, for example, maybe they can refer you to some other people for collaboration that they know that are on the level, not shady, for example. But the other piece of this card is, as we collaborate, you might be being asked to look at things in a different way, to move things forward in a way that you weren't expecting. Maybe, I feel like I'm leaning way in because I just can feel the tension of this energy this week. Maybe there's something that you have been focusing on, you've been wanting to create as a project or a work destination, but maybe it's not time for that. Maybe there's something else that needs to be created now instead. You might need to also swap into different roles as part of this collaboration. So I've said this before about this card. If you're normally the creative, right, or the one who gives the ideas, maybe you're going to have to actually do some of the editing this time. Maybe you're going to have to actually do some of the presenting, or if you're usually the presenter, maybe you're going to be on the creative side. So being willing to shift into different roles for collaboration and really starting to see if you can set up some sort of, it's not even really a barter system, but that old way of you help me and I'll help you, and seeing who that you can make on your team, even if it's in like an unofficial way. Now, this next card is Two of Pentacles. This card has a challenge and a positive. So this means that we're juggling things, which, as we've talked about in the past, now that we're at the end of January, could be some things being freed up that were kind of bound up. Maybe there are some projects that needed to move forward, but because we were at the end of the year, couldn't go forward, maybe with holiday breaks and things, some timelines have been shifted, but lots of things moving forward now. So this could be dealing with the energy that's going on. I'm recording this way ahead, but at the time that this will be released will be the week of the presidential inauguration in the US. So maybe we're dealing with some of those energies collectively, plus energies in our personal life, plus looking at our personal finances, plus maybe we've had something unexpected pop up, an opportunity or a repair, for example. So lots of juggling when it comes to working with our own finances, projecting our finances, like looking at the future of our finances. Maybe you're starting to look at taxes for the previous year. Really just this idea of juggling. And also as part of this energy, looking for those areas where you can push a little further, where you can squeeze a little more juice out of that lemon, right? Because it's feeling very lemony, you guys. Okay. This last card, 5 of Wands. Now, if you look at the imagery on the card, if you're someone who's visually able, this is tension. This is struggle. This is strife. This is, in some cases, conflict. So there is a chance that we can see some conflict this week. This could be in a bigger communal sense, like our Earth family. This could be in the country that you're in. This could be in your personal life, in your communities. Part of the guidance here is choose your conflict wisely. So yes, sometimes conflict does need to erupt, even if it's disagreement in conversation. Sometimes this needs to happen so that we can move things forward, so that we can put all the grievances on the table. 5s are about change. Remember, what needs to change, what's going to change, the changes that are outside of our control. If you didn't already check out the 9 themes for a 9-year episode of Spirit Speakeasy, I highly recommend wherever you get your podcasts, or my website in the blog section, or my YouTube channel, so you can understand these themes of conflict and surrender and this idea of moving towards transition, transformation, and how it applies to you. But get ready for some sticky energy this week with the people in your lives. And these will be people who feel very impassioned about whatever this is. Maybe they're wanting to X out a line item that your company's been working towards. Maybe they're wanting to change focus. The players in this confrontation or conflict are going to be very passionate, all of them, and probably including yourself. So it's, I hate this phrase, but like choosing your battles wisely, because I don't think we need to be in battle. I don't think it has to be that. It's choosing what you're consuming intentionally. It's starting to bookmark those top people that you do want to listen to so you can rise above the noise of all the chaos yourself. It's not being afraid to say, you know what, I hear your idea, let me sleep on that and get back to you, so that you don't enter into conflicts that you're not willing to have. We're much better off to be in negotiation, to be in debate or intentional negotiation's the word I want. Intentional give and take, rather than this idea of conflict, winner takes all. Unfortunately, I feel like this is kind of the energy we're going to be in. So just find your safe spaces, find your safe people, choose your words intentionally. And hey, I'm not saying don't speak your mind. This is something many of you know that I've actually been struggling with lately. Honoring my beliefs and my values and other citizens and other people I care about, while also realizing that we're all human. And so I'm going to leave that there. But big changes, big upheaval, conflict, tension is part of the energy of this week. And with this juggling, it just feels like lots of layers of tension and discomfort and unease, unrest. But again, you can be leaning into collaboration. You can refocus your energy. You can start making a plan for how you're going to use these energies that show up and what you want to see ahead. And maybe some of this conflict and confrontation this week is going to inform how you're going to think about some of these choices. Our final card, so interesting. We've got all pentacles and swords, and not swords, conflict, pentacles and wands this week. Pentacles is about our earthly needs, our monetary needs, the root chakra needs, survival needs, money, home, those kind of things. Wands are about our passions and the things that we're passionate about, our soul's calling sometimes. So this final card, we have been familiar with this last year, this 8 of Wands. Again, this energy is going to pick up. So some of this conflict could be over very rapid changes that we're going to see immediately. I am, like I said, recording this way ahead, and I can already feel the energy of what's going to roll out, and it feels a lot like wands and daggers and this quick moving energy. Look at these clouds wrapped around these wands, which means as you look at this, even realize that there are going to be many layers of things going on, and we can't necessarily pay attention to all the layers as our human little selves, right? But just knowing that it's important to keep up with these changes. It's important to be informed about what's happening and what's changing, but it's also important to stay on your own path, right? And that doesn't mean we can't make shifts or changes or move towards a new path that we've accepted, but really assessing from your perspective too, what do you need going forward? What's important to you? What are you going to stand on as your priorities, as your beliefs? Remember, this 8 number is a power number. What we think about, we bring about. So are you all doom and gloom in your thoughts and in your musings as you go about your day? Or are you really looking at other ways that you can use this energy for, I don't know, growing your wealth or helping others or creating some programs to help others? Or even just if you're a healer, even just the healers that I've trained know, create a little dish and every day or every week you offer healing to the people's names in that dish. And it could be individuals you know, it could be people you don't know, but where are you making intentional choices to infuse your passions into your life despite the circumstances that are showing up? If you have lived on this earth for any length of time, you know stuff is chaotic and sometimes things just happen and things come our way, and we are also bound by other people's free will choices. So some things are out of our control, are out of our choice, but we do have choices about what we let have space in our mind, what we let dwell in our lives, and how we move forward. But I feel like I've said this a million times in these last, several months. It's okay to take a pause and think about things and just gather yourself before you step into action. But this 8 really is about the power behind it. So you're powerful too, even if it doesn't feel like it. You have choices to be made in your own life. So let's see how this energy rolls out this week. I am trying to support you in all the ways. If you have missed the free community healings last year, make sure that you go to the events section of my website, joyfulmedium.com, so that you can get signed up for the free community healings. Again, I've got an amazing workshop offering for you tomorrow, and I have lots of other offerings rolling out for those of you that are feeling like I need to get serious about connecting with my intuition, connecting with myself, having some discernment about what's true and what's not true and what's true for me. So if that sounds like you and you are ready to take control past all of the noise and chaos that's going on within your own life, reach out, because I've got that workshop and then I've got something exciting coming up even into February. So I'm here and we're going to get through this together one way or another. Big hugs, lots of love. I know this one was a little long, but I think we needed it. Bye for now.